So, what's the difference between influence and manipulation? And why should you care? A lot of people confuse the two, thinking that it's all the same thing and describing every interaction as some sort of manipulation tactic, while others can't see when they're obviously being manipulated because they trust the source. But understanding the difference clarifies what's actually happening so that you don't get taken advantage of, but also so you don't overreact to every interaction and can act in a way that benefits you. Let's say you're shopping for a car. You hop from dealership to dealership because you know that salesmen are notorious for BSing customers and you're not sure who to believe. Understanding the difference between influence and manipulation helps you figure out who's actually giving you a good deal versus someone who's probably selling you a lemon. But it also gives you insight into every other interaction you have, like in your relationships, the media, politics, finances, etc. There are four differences between influence and manipulation: intent, transparency, emotion, and consent. Let's get into it. Everyone who's trying to shape an outcome isn't your enemy. The main difference lies in their intent. An influencer aims to guide or inspire your actions towards an outcome that's mutually beneficial and desirable. The outcomes they're proposing are good for you both, and they try to help you see why. For example, the car salesman might ask you about your needs and your budget constraints before suggesting a model and any additional options you might want. They might ask if you're shopping for a family car or for something special for yourself, so that they can get a better idea of what you're looking for. But manipulation is about control and exploitation, getting you to make a choice where they gain and you lose, often using deception or coercion to get you to act. For example, the car salesman that's selling you a car with engine trouble because they need the commission is a manipulator if they hide the fact that the car is a clunker and you don't find out until it's too late. When you look at the small print, you see you agreed to take it as is, but they hadn't made that clear at the dealership. But an influencer asks you questions and listens to your response. They're honest with the pros and the cons. And if you choose not to take the opportunity, they respect your opinion and leave the door open in case you change your mind later. You'll know you're dealing with a manipulator because they speak at you instead of with you. They disregard your concerns and hide information, even when you ask direct questions. Or they try to coerce you into taking action by claiming that this is a one-time offer and that if you don't act now, you'll lose your opportunity forever. Influencers use emotion to encourage you to choose what they're proposing. Back to the car salesman. If they notice that you're a sharp dresser, they'll use words like hot to describe a car. If they know you're a CEO, they'll use words like powerful and elite to get your attention. If you're a soccer mom, they might use words like solid and safe. These all play into your psychology, the way you'd like others to see you and how you'd like to see yourself. They're not lying. They're giving you options based on your needs. But manipulators use your emotions against you. For example, they'll say that you'd have to be crazy to give up this deal, or they might allude to the fact that it's probably too expensive for your budget, making you feel like you have to prove that it isn't. Unlike influencers, they play on your fears, your weaknesses, not your strengths. This is how they overtly or subtly pressure you to go against your own will. Influencers try to get you on board by earning your consent. They show you why their option is best for you, and they want you to feel good about choosing their outcome. They want to build trust so that you'll be back. But manipulators try to force you to concede by keeping the truth from you or making subtle threats. They know you won't gain from agreeing, but they don't care about that, or even if you end up regretting it later. They're only focused on what they want from you right now. Bullying is the most common manipulation tactic, but there are others that are a little harder to identify. A sense of obligation. You'll notice this tactic because it uses the word should a lot. You should do this to be a good person. You should help me out. You owe me. The message here is if you don't do this, you're a bad person, whether that's a bad friend, partner, parent, whatever. To avoid feeling guilty, you might cave on your boundaries. Sarcasm or cutting humor. If you go against their wishes instead of falling in line, you might be the butt of a scathing joke. The message here is be who I want you to be, or I'll jab you with words. To avoid public embarrassment, you might cave. Playing the victim. Constant pity parties and claims that you're hurting them. To avoid feeling like the bad guy, you cave. Guilt trips. Phrases such as, wow, you're so lucky, or so-and-so's husband, wife, mom, dad let them do X. I wish you'd let me do X, are meant to shame you into submission even when you'd rather not. Showering sentiments. Whether it's gifts or special treatment, it's not free. It's credit that they'll cash in later. If you don't reciprocate the way they want you to, be prepared for a massive backlash. The silent treatment. This passive-aggressive tactic is meant to punish you and put you in your place until you cave and give them what they want. Intentional stalling. Another passive-aggressive tactic. A person who constantly makes you wait on them is trying to control you and the situation, but in a covert way. So, how do you protect yourself from manipulators? Stop looking for their approval. Their opinion doesn't define you. As long as you're striving for someone else's approval, you'll be at their mercy. Instead, seek your own approval. If you're happy with who you are and with your decisions, then that's enough. Admit it's happening. This one's tough, but admit you're being manipulated when you spot it. Yes, it sucks to realize that someone you love, respect, or care for is playing you, but until you admit this to yourself, you'll never be free from their control. Stop needing the other person to change. Let them be who they are. Who cares? You be yourself. It's not your job to change them, and you couldn't even if you tried, so stop trying. If they want to sulk, let them. If they try to make you wait, leave without them. Stop defending yourself. Again, this one's tough, but if you feel you're getting defensive, that's a sure sign to remove yourself from the situation or end the conversation without anger or stress. Just smile, agree, and leave. If they allude that something's over your budget, agree and move on. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. If they think you're not a good person, so be it. If they think their friend has it better, tough. You can stand your ground and continue with your plans in peace, regardless of what they think. Let others remain unpleased. They won't die from it, and neither will you. Your worth isn't tied to how pleased the people around you are. You can't please everyone, and that's not your responsibility anyway. Your responsibility is you. You can't do anything for anyone until you take care of your own needs first. So take time to intentionally set boundaries that protect your peace and happiness and that address your needs. They're important to your well-being, so stick to them. If you want to build authentic, long-lasting confidence in just 3 simple steps, grab your copy of my book, Reframe It. Link below. Honestly, we all try to influence others. Whether you're negotiating seed money for your startup, your parents are fixing you up with the neighbor's son, or a billboard ad in Times Square for the newest luxury car, influencers are everywhere. The difference is that they offer sound outcomes that will benefit everyone involved. So there's no need to be paranoid and think everyone's out to get you just because they have options that you might want to consider. As long as the intent is good, there's transparency, you feel good about the interaction, and you're free to consent without pressure, then maybe take a minute to hear them out. You might be glad you did. But when you run across manipulators, remind yourself that they're playing mind games and don't engage. You have nothing to gain from listening to their nonsense. It doesn't serve your needs in any way. So smile and keep it moving. So what do you guys think? Let me know what run-ins you've had with manipulators and how you dealt with it. I'm dying to hear it. See you in the next vid.
Ready to overcome your mental blocks? Click the link below and grab your copy of Reframe It. Like and subscribe for more tips to help you level up. See you on the next vid.